So we're gonna look at number two under communication, and it says explain. That's this one here. Ex no, this one, number two. Explain why the product of any four consecutive whole numbers is divisible by 24. So why is that true? So we should first investigate that. So it's the product of four consecutive numbers. So let's test this out. Um, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are consecutive whole numbers. And we get 1 times 2 is 2, times 3 is 6, times 4 is 24. So yeah, that's divisible by 24. Let's try it with 2 times 3 times 4 times 5. So that's 2 times 3 is 6, times 4 is 24. 24 times 5 is 120. By the way, my trick for doing this, I actually did 24 in my head times 10, which is 240. And then I said, wait a second, but that's double what I need. So I did 120. Just so you know how I did it in my head. Okay, the next one would be uh well let's I mean the next one would be this one. So you could check that one. Let's go way down. Let's go. Oh, by the way, is 120 divisible by 24? In other words, does 24 go into it evenly? That's that's really what it's asking. So let's check. 120 divided by 24. Let's see if it goes evenly. Um, well, we have to go all the way to the end. So let's try 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it does. Well, let's go way out there. Let's go 11, 12, 13, 14. Um, and I think I'll use a calculator for this one because that's a pretty big number. 11 times 12 times 13 times 14. Is that divisible by 24? It looks like it probably would be, right? Yeah, 1001. 1001. So why is this working? Well, and why 24? So the problem says that there's going to be four numbers. Let's just get that. let's examine 24. If you work out 24 in the primes, um, this is what we're gonna get. Now, I want us to look at primes, but I mean, I want to do the prime factorization. I'm gonna kind of look at those together. So actually, let me color these in maroon. Okay. So notice if you have four numbers in a row, one of them is going to be a multiple of four, right? Look. Well, let's take a step back. One of them is going to be a multiple of three because you have four numbers, right? So every three numbers, you're going to have a multiple of three. So that's a multiple of three. That's a multiple of three. That's a multiple of three. Uh, and I guess, I guess so is this. You're always gonna have one, always gonna capture one multiple of three whenever you have four consecutive numbers. I guess once in a while you're gonna capture two, the first one and the last one. But this is a multiple of three. So they're definitely gonna be divisible by three. One of the four numbers is going to be divisible by three. Um, and maybe I should have started off with a two. Well, if you have four numbers, one of them is going to be divisible by two because you have four numbers, right? So every other number is an even number. So let's pick this one, that one. Now I'm gonna pick this one. I know the four is divisible by two. Now there's a reason why I'm picking this one. So over here, this one's divisible by two. So one of them is divisible by two. And then finally, because there's four numbers, every four numbers, there's going to be a number divisible by four because there's four numbers in a row. So this is divisible by four. This is divisible by four. This is divisible by four. Over here, 12 was divisible by two. Actually, I think I would have been smarter. Whoops, hold on, I erased too much. When I said it's divisible by two, just for explanation purposes, I should have picked this. Whoops. I should have picked this one. Oh, that is what I said. That is what I said. My bad. That is what I said. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay. Um, 12 is divisible by 3. That's what we said. But it's also divisible by 4. So the bottom line is when you have four consecutive numbers, one of them is going to be divisible by 2. Another one's going to be divisible by 4, by 3, and then something else is going to be divisible by 4. So you're going to have all the factors of 24, which is what's going to make the product divisible by 24. So just explain it in your own way. Uh, try to translate my words into your own words and say it in your own best way.